This week's homework consists of one case study about Pravashti Farms. For this homework, we have to calculate the gross wages. At the top of the case study, we see that the employees listed here are the employees of the Pravashti Farms and Sugar House. Below that we have all the employees' information. For instance, Thomas Millen was hired on February 1, 2022, as were all other employees. He is a production manager and is a full-time, exempt employee. He is married and has 4 dependents. 3 of the dependents are under 17. His pay rate is $35,200 per year. Avery Toll, the next employee, is a production worker. He is full-time, non-exempt, single and has a pay rate of $15 per hour. Avery has no dependents. Another employee is Joel Schwartz, who works in sales and is full-time and exempt. He is married and files jointly, has an annual pay rate of $32,200, has 2 dependents under 17, and receives commission pay. Let's look at the rest of the information for this case. The first day of work for Pravashti Farms and Sugar House for all employees is February 1, 2022. February 4th is the end of the first pay period and includes work completed during the week of February 1st to 4. Compute the employee gross pay using 40 hours as the standard work week for all employees except Mary Shangra, who works 20 hours per week and receives overtime for any time worked past that point per company policy. The other hourly employees receive overtime pay when they work more than 40 hours in 1 week. Joel Schwartz has made $5,200 in case sales, at a 3% commission rate during this pay period. Remember that the employees are paid bi-weekly. Note that the first pay period comprises only of 4 days of work, but the pay frequency for federal income tax purposes is bi-weekly. Below that we have the information for the 4 salaried employees. One of them, Joel Schwartz, also receives a commission of 3% of sales. Next, we can see the names of the 4 non-exempt employees. Avery Toll and the last employee on the list worked 32 hours each, so there is no overtime. Charlie Long, however, worked overtime. What do we now have to do for this homework? We are going to fill in the payroll register shown right here. Let's start with Thomas Millen. Thomas is married, so we have to enter MJ for married filing jointly into the filing status. We enter 3 into the column dependents under 17 and 1 into the column dependents over 17. How do we calculate the next column? For the salaried employees, we enter the pay for this pay period. Since this is the first week and Thomas worked only 4 days, we calculate his period wage by first dividing his salary of $35,200 by 26 to get the biweekly wage of $1,353.84615. However, the first work week only had 4 work days. That is why we have to divide the amount of $1,353.84615 by 10 workdays, and then multiply it by 4 to get the wage of $541.53846. Next, we enter 32 as the number of regular hours. Thomas did not have overtime hours, holiday pay, or commissions. So we enter $0 into those columns. Thomas' total gross earnings are, therefore, $541.54. Next, we'll continue with Joel Schwartz. Joel works in sales and receives commissions. Joel is married, so we have to enter MJ for married filing jointly into the filing status. We'll then enter 2 into the column dependents under 17 and 0 into the column dependents over 17. How do we calculate the next column? For the salaried employees, we enter the pay for this pay period. Since this is the first week and Joel worked only 4 work days, we calculate his period wage by first dividing his salary of $32,200 by 26 to get the biweekly wage of $1,238.46154. However, the first week only had 4 work days. That is why we have to divide the amount of $1,238.46154 by 10 workdays, and then multiply it by 4 to get the wage of $495.38462. Next, we enter 32 as the number of regular hours. Joel did not have overtime hours, or holiday pay, and so we enter $0 into those columns. Joel had commissions of $156 and we enter that amount into the commission column. Joel's total gross earnings are, therefore, $651.38. I hope that this quick overview was helpful. Don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions.